Oh hey y'all, and welcome back and happy Wax Plant Wednesday. I feel like there's just been a resurgence in my love and obsession, and I mean it was always there, my obsession with my Hoya collection. And I really want to show a bunch of plants, and I'm going to start out propagating a bunch of my Hoyas with the goal of achieving full planters. And I want to do this because now that I'm filming all these looking back kind of videos on Instagram and YouTube, I kind of want that with my newer Hoyas. And I'm very excited. I've wanted to chop my Hoya Serpent Silver. I want to chop my nummularioides because I want a trailing version because I love the dusty silver. A few of my Lacunosa. We're going to start with Hoya Serpent Silver. So a lot of these vines are new. And I think the last time I chopped my Hoya Serpens, I wanted to wait for more silver vines because I wanted to take the good genetics in that vine and I wanted to hopefully have that continue in a new planter. A few Hoya videos ago, I took cuttings, but this vine was more on the speckly, splashy side of things. Yeah, to my surprise, there's probably a third of these cuttings that are showing silver. I don't know if you can see the one on the top side here. And then I think down here, yeah. Obviously I don't have enough plant to go wild, but I'm gonna go off. I'm probably gonna use all of these vines hanging down here. I'm pretty sure. And if y'all remember oh my gosh, I posted my Hoya Serpens. I want that to be with the silver one. Like I really want that. I think I talked about this plant in the past and how she's in my tree fern mix. I actually think that this is too dense for it. I know she looks happy, but I feel like long term she might suffer, so I do need to replant her. I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm going to use the same self-watering planter with the wicks, and I'm using pond. I feel like after a year growing a few of my newer Hoyas in my tree fern mix, I still prefer Lachusa pond. And listen, the ones in tree fern, they are doing well, but I've seen a lot more root rot with tree fern, and I don't know if it's because the inconsistencies, like I haven't mixed it well, so you have clumps of like no air pockets. I am obsessed with pond when it comes to growing Hoyas. Like, I mean, it's clear. There's so much evidence in my collection of them growing so well. And I mean, you'll see some Hoyas in tree fern that are growing so well as well. Also, guys, for the OGs, I have my holster back. I don't know. I feel like I'm a loser. Okay, I feel okay with this because the main vine that I've been training up this way, it's all consistently like full silver leaves. And oh my god, the sun is coming out to attack me. And the ones down here, they are coming from splashier nodes or silvery nodes as opposed to splashier nodes. We're gonna do like 2-leaf cuttings. I'm nervous. Okay, we're just gonna go. Oh, wow, this vine is so pretty. Oh, this vine is, wow. So let's start from the tip here, and we're just gonna cut right here. And we're just gonna continue. And I lost it. Where did it go? Oh, it's over here. Yeah, we'll see it. Now, the first time I got my hands on a Hoya Serpent, this specimen is from Helen. I almost said Helen versus JoJo. Like they're fighting. The ladies are fighting. Helen versus plants and Crazy Plant Buddy. But before that, actually, I did buy one from another person and I put it in pond and I did the same thing. I shouldn't have done that looking back because the specimen wasn't as healthy as this one. I just received it in shipping. It probably went through a lot of stress. Saying this makes me more scared. But yeah, I need a full plant. I need it. And like I feel better because the main plant here, it's gonna do well. Okay, let's do this fine. And we're gonna start over here. Wow, this one's so pretty. Look at that. Gorgeous. I'm going to get rid of the end here because it does have new leaves. And so let's just do that. And then I'm just cutting the vine the same way I would Now, because I'm a chicken, I am still gonna cover the top with cling wrap to boost the humidity just for the beginning. The way I rooted this plant when I first got it, I did recommend using fluval stratum. I don't have that right now. So, okay, are we gonna do this vine too? I want a full plant, guys. Okay, we are. Okay. This one's also so silver. My gosh, what a great specimen. Do y'all have that one plant? I don't know. Maybe this is just like a Hakuna La Planta thing, but do y'all have that plant that you just want more of even though you have multiples? Clearly, my regular serpents, I did it like 2 or 3 times with the serpens, my regular one. Obsessed with that plant, and I'm so happy with how full it's gotten. My Mathilde silver, my Mathilde with splash, like that is another one. My Coriaceae, I have 2 behind me. I have 2 planters for no reason. I'm just so obsessed with it. I think the common thing is silver. Oh, I'm so in love with this plant. See, this is why I grow plants. Because, God, I was chopping the plant and y'all couldn't even see it. Just seeing that I failed the first time. Oh my God, this, oh, is it too bright? Oh my God, my filter, is that okay? Ooh, spooky, is that okay? Wow, the sun is really, ooh. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, I say, it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. What was I even saying? Just knowing, you know, failed with the last one. The first one I got, like, it made me just wanna try again, learn more about it. It was challenging. I was like, what am I doing wrong? Again, my goal with Hoyas is to become the best plant parent. Not for like anyone else, but just for myself, for the plants. Oh my God, this vine is like good genetics. Okay, this is the vine I'm keeping, so Kevin don't touch it. That's still a young one. This one. And is that all? So one thing that I want to mention is that every time I, have taken the cuttings from a vine, they're like offshoots from the main vine. And I always keep the first set here of the offshoot that is silver because potentially there could be a new growth point there. Same thing with this one down here. I don't know if you can see, but these sets of leaves are the most silver. You can see one behind that's like a half and half. I just want to keep that so there's a chance that there is a growth point to grow out of that one. There's a better chance that it's going to be super silver. And so we're left with this. Oh my gosh. Still very cute. Still very cute. Oh my gosh. I'm hoping that it branches here because this vine is just amazing. We're going to put this one back. And okay. We're left with all of this. So putting some on. Then we're just going to fill the whole thing with water. I saw this method on TikTok, I think, by adding water to the top, and you could do this with any substrate that like has tight, like when they're on top of each other, it's a bit tight. I don't know how to explain it. When you add water to the top, it displaces the substrate, and therefore it is easier, especially with Hoyas or plants that have, hold on, it's getting dark, thinner stems. Doing this makes it easier to push down the vine. Like, see, this is like so easy because the main thing, like, you're trying to stick it in, right? And if the stem is super thin, then you might bend it. It's definitely happened to me. But doing this, it just kind of goes into the water. After this, you basically just lift it and then everything, like the substrate, settles around the stem. Do I need a bigger planter? I'm gonna have to restart. Okay, bigger planter. Some pond when life is empty, with no tomorrow, and loneliness starts to call. Baby, don't worry, forget your sorrow, 'cause love's gonna conquer it all. Okay, this one's a bit hard. I think we got it though. This is so therapeutic. I don't know, at least for me. It takes a lot of time, but it just looks so cute. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to fit it in this small planter. Like, we only kind of have the edge left. See, with ones that are like a bit younger, like younger stems, it's still hard to push through. I want to add more water, but I'm scared that I'm just going to displace everything. Okay, actually, that worked. You know, there's one thing that hasn't changed with me, and it's wanting to propagate to make more plants. It is one of the most exciting things for me. And, you know, seeing a plant grow from this small itty bitty situation, and I know there's a lot of plants in here, but they're still starting off with just 2 leaves. Oh, this is full sun. Oh my God. See, this is annoying because there's clouds. There's clouds and there's no clouds again. Can you believe it, everyone, that we're, at least for people on this side of the world, we are more than halfway into summer and closer to the end. If y'all are Canadian, I think the common thing that people say once the Canadian National Exhibition, the CNE, starts, that's when you know summer's ending, and it just started this weekend. It was opening weekend. Now, I don't go. I feel like the last time I went was maybe in, it might have been close to 10 years ago. Wow. But yeah, it is a little crazy. Oh my God, we have a lot more than I thought. Now, I already know, I'm not being pessimistic. I already know that there's going to be some casualties. There's always casualties, whether you like it or not, whether that's 1 or 20. Oh, and also, I got a lot of new viewers from one of my Hoya videos. So, oh, and subscribers. So, hello, people. Thank you for joining me in this repot. I guess I'll talk about like why I do this method. I do get a lot of comments of people saying like, oh, this is like high risk, you're cutting the whole vine down. And people have told me that they like to keep the entire vine and they're too scared to like cut the stems too short with only 2 leaves. And I just do this because I'm a risk taker when it comes to this. I also do trust that, you know, because I've done it so many times, that it's going to succeed. I personally believe that you actually get more success if you do it this way, because if you have a whole vine, and I know you can do it, I've done it before as well, but when you have a whole vine of leaves and you put in water, like the plant needs to keep all of that alive. And so if you don't give it the right conditions and it doesn't take, like if the roots don't come out, then the vine just kind of shrivels up. Your plant is now under stress. Whereas like if it has like 2 leaves, if something goes wrong, it just needs to support a couple of these leaves and not the whole plant. And then I feel like, especially with some plants that take forever to root, the amount of time is very important. And so that's why I do it with just the 2 leaves. I put them all in, I think, right? Put them all in. Now I'm just gonna lift slowly. Actually, let me just like make sure everything's secure. Yeah, it's not, but I'm hoping the cling wrap and the added humidity when I put the cling wrap on top is gonna be okay. I don't know how many, I should have counted. Should have been a cowboy. Okay, it's lifting slowly. And then the pond just settles. Last chance to kind of look. Oh, this is actually better than I thought. Now, I am still gonna keep the water level high. You can see that it's really high, but I don't want the cuttings to float. So I'm just gonna dump a little bit and keep the water level extremely high, like it's up here. And I do that because cuttings need to stay wet to push out roots. There's no other way a plant will push out roots. It needs to be wet. And that's why I like pond, because pond, if you give it a reservoir, it will stay wet through osmotic action. Therefore, keep this top bit, because like the top bit of your substrate does dry out faster, especially if you don't have it covered. Air around it will dry it out. And having these stems so short, it's more important than ever. Adding this. over. I used to just cover it like this, but oh my gosh, my Hoya etc. Cuttings that I put in perlite, there were actually 2 days that I didn't check up on it, and I have the planter next to the door of my bedroom, and I think, you know, once the door swings open and closed, like there's probably one time it was too much and then the cling wrap flew off. So like 2 days after I did the unboxing, I found that this was like not on top of it. So I was like a little worried. Again, I don't usually put anything like to feed it. It doesn't need it at this point. You can potentially do like rooting hormone. I know people do that. I don't ever use that. I used to use Rapid Start, but I haven't used that in like, I want to say like 2-3 years when it comes to cuttings. And so this is it. And then blast it with light. Like my grow light's going to be right here. Probably getting like 1,000 to 2,000 foot candles, giving the perfect environment when it comes to humidity. And in a few weeks, it's the same thing with this one because this one's in pond. I had a lid on top for I think 2 weeks, and then when I saw that it was pushing out new leaves, I took it completely off just to see. This was kind of like my tester, just because like I knew that these cuttings weren't going to be as splashy as my mother plant. They did well. And again, it's the summertime, so they weirdly know the seasons and they will try their very best during the summer to stay alive. Oh, where am I going? I need to put this under grow light. I'm so excited. That was only the first one. Okay, there's more. Okay, oh my God, the sun. Can you make up your mind? It wants to go behind the clouds. It wants to, you know. I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. He watches me. And I know. Okay. Theme is silver, I guess. The Lacunosa Super Silver, everyone. So in my previous Hoya Wax Plant Wednesday video, I was worried because this was a longer plant at one point. I unfortunately had to chop it. It was because the leaves were getting wrinkly. Also, thank you everyone who has grown this plant. People were commenting saying that this plant just does it. Like the roots can be totally fine, but like the older leaves tend to wrinkle. I do have to say though, I think there still was a degree of root rot. Again, I didn't take a look in that video, but I'm pretty sure there was, because now that I cut everything down, the leaves feel a lot better. And I don't know if you can see, but like it's a lot better. I know the lighting was really bad in that video, but you know, I think it was eliminating all of that plant, that whatever small root system still existed in the substrate, because it wasn't, I didn't think that the roots were completely gone, completely rotted, or there was a formation of a new root system. When you chop a plant, the hormone auxin gets redistributed to points, different points in the plant, whether that's a new node, the sun is going out here, to push out a growth point, or like new roots. Maybe that happened. I'm not sure, but look at this. So I'm very happy that this is still with me, because I think that was like 2 to 3 weeks ago. The props that I put in perlite, again, same method, except I use perlite because I think that was the only substrate I had. There are roots everywhere. There are roots everywhere. And okay, guys, I'm a little confused because I swore all of them were silver, but you can see that, like, do you think the cutting changed color to green to like, it like knew that it needed the green in the leaf? I'm pretty sure that they have enough roots. Like I'm tugging and they all feel like they're hanging on to something. Except for maybe this one. What's going on? Oh no, it has root. Yeah, so we're gonna take a look. Then I'm gonna get rid of the perlite. I probably will just dump this perlite with my tree fern and make it more chunky, airy, because I don't want to waste it. And then put these in pond. Is this a little early? I'll give you an example so you can see that there is a root right over there. And I think this is fine. And like, in my experience, taking perlite propagated cuttings and putting them in Le Shoes à Pon, it's not a tough transition for the cutting. Perlite, like the spacing is similar, the wetness is similar, especially because I had this on with the water level really high. Essentially, they're like water propagated cuttings, but the roots have hung on to some pieces of perlite. And so we're gonna take everything out and take a look. So, ooh, look at this one. I just love seeing this. I really do. Wow. Do you see how the last three, the roots are at the tippity top of the stem? Do you see how long the stem is? The last three were at the top. So please, when you're doing this, just submerge. And the same with this one, they're all at the top. Submerge all of them. All the way to the axillary buds up here, or the node, because you never know. Hoyas can root from anywhere. Okay, we're mixing it up here. Another one that like push out a root up here, and then there's a few on the stem. Again, they could push out roots anywhere in the stem. This one at the top, but look at the leaves. Do you see how they're dark? It didn't look like this when I put it in the substrate. So that's kind of scary. Okay. So it seems to me that all of these have big root systems over here. That's a good one. And so I'm just gonna speed this up and then get some pon. Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm using one of these planters that I only really use for Hoyas these days. So unlike the wick, they have these legs. And if you, just as long as you have pon or whatever substrate, like even tree fern in these legs, it'll wick up the moisture in the reservoir. Same thing. Okay, let's try with the water at the top again. Yeah, okay, I like this. I'll put more pon because I know, I mean, I showed you guys that a lot of the roots are at the top of the stem, so I'll do it after. I'm gonna have to cover a lot of, yeah. Let me try these tweezers. See, it's different from the serpent because the stems are actually a lot thicker. And like these roots look pretty strong actually. The only issue now is that they're, now the roots are kind of bigger, so like it might be a little difficult squeezing all these cuttings in. Is there a reason why I'm using these tweezers? I mean, I'm just trying it. It's funny because like I really do believe, and I feel like it's just, oh my God, it's so bright. I'm so sorry. It's just kind of easier like grabbing the top part. Like, do you see this? Like I'm grabbing the top part and then pushing it down between the cuttings. I think that's easier. Ooh, this is a big stem actually. Ooh. Please don't break. I don't even know what I was saying. I think I was gonna say before, oh my God, the sun is still, I'm so sorry guys. I'm really good with my hands. I don't know if it's because like all the years of being a nurse and working with my hands a lot. Any fellow nurses out there that feel the same way? Because when I switch to my fingers, okay, yeah, I don't know. It's the pushing downwards. It's a little challenging once you have all these cuttings here. It's weird. I weirdly feel like I have more control with just the tweezers. This reminds me, okay, y'all are gonna think this is hilarious and like extra, but there was a point in time when I was like a newer nurse and I was doing a lot of blood work where I work. And there was a point I was doing blood work with just one hand. Like I would use this part of my hand to hold the skin taut, and then I would shoot with my my fingers. I actually did. I was doing that a lot before I quit, and then once I came back after a year and a half of not doing it every single day, I lost confidence. So okay, was that it? Then any place I see a root, like right over here, oops, I'm blocking the light. Like there's a root right there. There's a root right there. Just trying to cover it. I don't know if I want to cover this one with cling wrap. I don't know, everyone. What do you think? I don't think I'm going to cover it. I feel like these cuttings are super hardy, so I don't think it's necessary. Look at that. So beautiful. Okay, I do want to add a little bit more water. My God, this sun. Quick thing with my patella 023 splash. I do love this plant. However, it's the same thing with like the Mathilde splash, same thing with the serpens. I have been trying to cut it back. I got it with, I think it had 2 leaves. This was one of them. Beautiful. It did push out another big splashy leaf. Sorry, there's some. But because this vine was coming out of this part of this leaf that I just showed you, it's fully green. Here's the thing, I'm not about waiting if both sides are completely green, which they are over here. So I'm just gonna cut this vine. The other side, it's a more splashy situation. Now, although I want it to, everything's falling. Although I want it to be more silver, because you can see the first leaf after. I mean, still pretty, everyone. Look at that splash. Although I want it more silver, this'll do. I've cut this back so many times. And so, goodbye, yellow brick road. Okay, thick stem. Okay. Oh my God. I need my other shears. Backup, we need backup. Got the heavy duty stuff here, heavy duty. Okay, unfortunately, say goodbye to this cutting. Roots are in the reservoir. Okay, they're this color because I sprinkled Myco, which usually comes in like a clay kind of formulation. So that's just the remainder of the clay covering the roots. And that's all I need to do. Love the patella. We're on the theme of silver. My nummularioides. Oh my God, everything's falling. It's time to chop. I mean, like, come on. Look at all this. This is such, ooh, now it's too bright. Oh my God, the power. I don't know. Wow, even back here, okay. I'm gonna chop her. There's so many growth points everywhere. I feel confident that this plant will bounce back. The root system looks very healthy over here. Beyond the yellow brick road, when are you gonna come down? When are you gonna land? I think I said this before, I want a trailing one. I don't know if these trail nicely, but having one in this beautiful circular trellis here, I don't know, I just feel like it would look so pretty. So we're gonna use one of these planters again. I'll do the cuttings first though. I'm just gonna start chopping. Oh, the dusty silver, everyone. Look at that. Sitting in the mirror, talking to myself. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I can feel again. And I just miss you. And I just wish you were a better man. And I know I not gave you my best. No, you can say that. Can say that. I wish you were a better man. Okay. Still looks great. I took a lot of cuttings, I feel. Does that look like a lot? And just seeing how this has branched so nicely, we're gonna have no issues. And I guess same thing. Let's get some pon. Okay, let's try the tweezers with this. Oh, that's easy. I like that. Oh, I like that. I wish I had 2 of these. Maybe I'll grab some more. And again, like these stems are thicker. The leaves are even thicker as well. Oh gosh, which way was this one? It was the other way. Let me just cut that so I don't get confused. Yeah, I never, I feel like a broken record, but thank God I was introduced to this plant. This was like part of a surprise unboxing about a year ago, I want to say, from Helen versus Plants and Crazy Plant Bunny. And so, ooh, I just broke a leaf. And now I'm just so in love. Like so in love with this. God, no, it happened. Okay, let me just, what I was saying happened where I think I just thought that the stems are so strong that I was just like pushing them in so much. I don't know, that dusty silver is really everything. It really is. See, I'm getting confident again. I'm pushing too hard. Yeah, I think this Hoya joins, you know, the exclusive club of silver Hoyas that I keep propagating because I'm just so obsessed with them. Like it is, I don't know, it's such a beautiful plant. I feel like it's hard to explain if you don't have one. You don't see the dusty leaves. Oh my God, is this the last? That was so fast. The sun is back. Okay, I'm just making sure they're not floating. You know, you can get away with the leaves facing sideways. It's kind of unavoidable sometimes, but just try your best. Obviously, the leaves. Oh, we'll take in the sun. Lifting it up slowly so the pond settles around. Again, we're not looking at this right now. We're looking at keeping it really high, close to the stems. Think about the height of the stem. Think about what y'all saw with the Lacunosa silver, where the roots rooted at the top of the stem. And so I just add a bit more water. You need to give the best chance, and by you covering all of the stem, it'll have more opportunity to root. Undergrow, let it goes. Okay, I want to take, I'm going to show you two Hoyas that I got from Jeff. Thank you for my birthday. These were my birthday plants. Okay, the Hoya Denisii, Frida, variegated. So for me, okay, tree fern. For me, it was so slow. But I think in the warmer conditions, you can see that these leaves are now popping off. I put this trellis because I thought I would like it. I actually hate it. So I'm just gonna try to take that out. It's kind of like, you can see how unstable it is. I have this wire trellis that I bent into a circle because I think this is gonna look so pretty, and especially with the pink flowers. If y'all know this plant, it has this fuchsia, pink, bigger than usual Hoya blooms, and I feel like I would love to see it just hanging from this circle situation. An example, this Lacunosa, Salma, and like my nummularioides, that one. I just think it's gonna look so pretty. I don't even know why I thought this was gonna look good. It looks so bad. Okay, now I think this will be easy. I just need to take this off and then train it. It's funny, like these leaves are so much bigger. Oh my God, don't break. Karen, be careful, don't break. Oh my God, things are getting caught. Yeah, these leaves over here, they're so much bigger than the ones down here. I mean, obviously plants grow, but I don't know, it's so cool. Okay, yeah, that was so easy. I didn't secure that at all. Ooh, but it looks so cute trailing. Do these plants, ooh, actually no, it doesn't. It looks bad. Okay, okay, let's see. It's a very small planter. I know I'm gonna break a bunch of roots. Let's try to push substrate around. Okay, hopefully with time, the roots and the vine will like latch onto this. I like when the plant, grows. Like you start off small, it has a trellis already, and that's why I always kind of do the cake doll method. I don't know how secure this is gonna be. We'll see with time. Because the plant looks more like it belongs. Does that make sense? Doing this sometimes, depending how the plant was growing on the previous trellis, or if it wasn't on a trellis before, it can look a bit weird, and then your plant just needs to adjust to it, and then it looks a bit wonky. Okay, actually, this is looking really good. Do you guys think? Look at this. It's looking pretty good for a Swisheruania. Wow, that's perfect. I don't even think I need clips. It secured itself so nicely. Wow, I love, okay. You know, she's gonna look so good. And I, like at this rate, I mean, I don't know if I broke the roots, but it's gonna grow so quickly. Okay, and this is the biggest deal. The Hoya Amarillo, Lacunosa Amarillo. Man, look at this beauty. Do you see this? So trailing, looking so good. It has bloomed. It bloomed. Jeff, look. The flowers are so cute. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, they're stunning. They're really stunning. When you look at this plant, it is doing so well trailing. I love how it looks. And on top of that, because the main vine is going down, it has pushed 2 of these growth points at the top. So this one right over there, and then there's another one down here. It's gonna be like this cute vining situation. And I forgot to mention, the last few Hoyas, even though I said in the beginning, I do prefer pond a lot more than tree fern substrate mix. The last 3 or 4 plants are all in tree fern substrate, and they're doing so well. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, I like can't wait for this one to like grow. I mean, she's growing, duh, but like grow more. Okay guys, I guess that's it. Thank you for watching another Hoya plant tour video, Wax Flat Wednesday video. I'm so excited for those props to grow. Like, they're all silver and like full silver planters of whatever Hoya. I just love. But until then, I will see you in the next one.